Bonanza, 1959, stands as one of the most iconic Western series in television history, winning audiences over with its sweeping landscapes, compelling stories, and unforgettable Cartwright family. In this video, we take a heartfelt look back at the talented cast who brought the Ponderosa Ranch to life and pay tribute to the actors who have sadly passed away. From their powerful performances to the legacy they left across decades of classic television, we honor their contributions and remember the lasting impact they made. Join us as we revisit the stars who helped shape Bonanza into a timeless Western legend. Lorne Greene, born on February 12, 1915, portrayed Ben Cartwright and occasionally Bradley Meredith in Bonanza, 1959 to 19, starting when he was 44 years old. Ben Cartwright was the wise, stern, yet profoundly moral and loving patriarch of the Cartwright family and the owner of the vast Ponderosa Ranch, making him the central figure of the series. Greene, a Canadian actor and former prominent broadcaster known as the Voice of Canada, brought immense dignity, gravitas, and commanding authority to the role, making Ben one of the most iconic and universally beloved father figures in television history. His character was the moral cornerstone of the series, responsible for maintaining justice, dispensing pioneer wisdom, and ensuring family unity in the rugged, volatile frontier setting. Ben Cartwright never died on screen, remaining a timeless symbol of patriarchal strength. In real life, Lorne Greene enjoyed a highly successful career spanning from 1953 to 1987, achieving global fame through his signature role on Bonanza, which became one of the longest-running and most successful westerns in history. Before Bonanza, he was known for his serious dramatic roles and his distinguished work as a Wetwood newscaster. After Bonanza, Greene starred in the science fiction series Battlestar Galactica, 1978-1979, and maintained a secondary career as a successful recording artist, notably for his chart-topping narrative hit song Ringo. His life before his death was characterized by his nearly 4 decades of continuous work, maintaining his status as an esteemed actor and respected public figure in both the U.S. and Canada. Lorne Greene passed away on September 11, 1987, at the age of 72. The cause of his death was complications from a perforated ulcer and pneumonia. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Hillside Memorial Park Cemetery in Culver City, California, U.S. Michael Landon, born on October 31, 1936, played Joseph Little Joe Cartwright and occasionally C. Plow. Angus Borden in Bonanza, 1959 to 1973, starting when he was 22 years old. Little Joe was the youngest, most impulsive, and emotionally passionate of the 3 Cartwright sons, providing youthful energy, romance, and dramatic conflict to the family dynamic. Landon's energetic and earnest portrayal of the often reckless but deeply caring Little Joe made him an immediate household name and a major teen idol throughout the 1960s. The character's romantic entanglements, adventurous spirit, and deep bond with his father were central to the series' immense global appeal. Little Joe never died on screen. In real life, Michael Landon enjoyed an exceptionally successful and influential career spanning from 1956 to 1991, dominating television for over 3 decades, not just as an actor, but also as a highly successful writer, director, and producer. He first achieved fame on the show I Was a Teenage Werewolf before his landmark role on Bonanza. Following the show's run, Landon cemented his legacy by creating, produced, and starred in 2 more massively successful family-oriented television hits, the period drama Little House on the Prairie, 1974 to 1983, and the inspirational fantasy drama Highway to Heaven, 1984 to 1989. His career was a continuous powerhouse of popular, morally centered entertainment. His life before his death was characterized by his active, multifaceted role both in front of and behind the camera, maintaining his status as one of Hollywood's most influential and powerful figures until his passing. Michael Landon passed away on July 1, 1991, at the age of 54. The cause of his death was pancreatic cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Hillside Memorial Park Cemetery in Culver City, California, U.S. Dan Blocker, born on December 10, 1928, portrayed Eric Hoss Cartwright in Bonanza, 1959–1972, starting when he was 31 years old. Hoss Cartwright was the middle and largest of the three Cartwright sons, a famously gentle giant known for his simple goodness, incredible strength, and deep quiet loyalty to his family. Blocker's portrayal infused the character with a childlike innocence and warmth that made Hoss instantly beloved by audiences around the world, making him the emotional heart of the series. His character's sudden off-screen death following the actor's passing deeply affected the series, and was one of the first times a major television character was retired due to the actor's death. Hoss was the only Cartwright son who died during the show's run. In real life, Dan Blocker enjoyed a successful career spanning from 1957 to 1972. Prior to Bonanza, he was a familiar face in various television westerns. His massive popularity on Bonanza led to merchandising and public recognition that cemented his image as the gentle giant. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to his family and his acting work, though he passed away tragically young. Dan Blocker passed away on May 13, 1972, at the untimely age of 43. The cause of his death was a pulmonary embolism following gallbladder surgery. Following his death, he was laid to rest at DeKalb Cemetery in DeKalb, Texas, U.S. Pernell Roberts, born on May 18, 1928, played Adam Cartwright in Bonanza, 1959–1965, starting when he was 31 years old. Adam Cartwright was the eldest of the three Cartwright sons, the most educated, sensitive, and intellectual of the brothers, often serving as the thoughtful counterpoint to the impetuous Little Joe and the brawny Hoss. Roberts, a classically trained actor with extensive stage experience, brought immense professionalism and a strong dramatic presence to the role. He famously left the series in 1965 at the height of its popularity to pursue stage work and more varied dramatic roles, expressing frustration with the show's formulaic nature and lack of racial diversity. Adam Cartwright was written out of the show by traveling to sea and eventually settling in the East, and he never died on screen. In real life, Pernell Roberts enjoyed a respected career spanning from 1957 to 2007. Following his time on Bonanza, he returned to the stage performing in numerous plays, including Broadway productions. He achieved further television fame, starring as the lead character in the medical drama Trapper John M.D., 1979–1986. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to acting and his uncompromising artistic integrity. Pernell Roberts passed away on January 24, 2010, at the age of 81. The cause of his death was pancreatic cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at cremation, with his ashes returned to his family. Bill Clark, born on February 11, 1919, appeared as a townsman, Barfly, and various unnamed supporting figures in Bonanza, 1959–1972, starting when he was 40 years old. Clark was a staple background and supporting player throughout the series' long run, often seen lending authenticity to the bustling activity of Virginia City and the surrounding territories. As an uncredited townsman or barfly, his presence was vital in creating the immersive atmosphere of the frontier setting. Clark specialized in these small, functional roles, making him a familiar face to viewers who watched the show regularly. His characters were part of the backdrop and did not have an on-screen death. In real life, Bill Clark enjoyed a steady career spanning from 1948 to 1983. establishing himself as a highly dependable background actor, particularly within the Western genre. His work was characterized by his quiet professionalism and his dedication to filling out the casts of countless television shows and films, including Gunsmoke and The Rifleman. He was one of the many unsung professionals who formed the bedrock of television production during the era. His life before his death was characterized by his decades of consistent, reliable supporting work in Hollywood. Bill Clark passed away in June 7, 1973, at the age of 54. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Victor Sen Yung, born on October 18, 19, portrayed Hop Sing, the beloved Cartwright family's cook in Bonanza, 1959 to 1973, starting when he was 44 years old. Hop Sing was an essential and highly popular recurring character, serving as the often exasperated but deeply devoted housekeeper and cook for the four Cartwright men. Sen Yung brought immense warmth, subtle humor, and dignity to the role, balancing Hop Sing's frustration with the men's messy habits with his profound paternal affection for the family. The character was a beloved fixture for the entire run of the series, representing loyalty and stability in the male-dominated household. Hop Sing never died on screen. In real life, Victor Sen Yung enjoyed a highly successful and lengthy career, spanning from 1937 to 1980. He achieved early and lasting fame for his role as James Chan, the intelligent number 2 son, in the long-running series of Charlie Chan detective films. His long career included numerous film and television credits, and he was known for his gracious and professional demeanor. His life before his death was dedicated to acting and operating a Chinese cooking school. Victor Sen Yung passed away on October 31, 1980, at the age of 65. The tragic cause of his death was asphyxiation due to gas inhalation, officially ruled a homicide following a break-in at his home. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Mountain View Cemetery in Oakland, California, U.S. Ray Teal, born on January 12, 1902, played Sheriff Roy Coffey in Bonanza, 1960 to 1972, starting when he was 58 years old. Sheriff Roy Coffey was the wise, steady lawman of Virginia City and a close, trusted friend of the Cartwright family. Teal brought a necessary element of authority, kindness, and pragmatic justice to the role, serving as the reliable enforcement arm of the law in the often volatile frontier setting. His character was a constant presence in the town, often interacting with the Cartwrights and providing a stabilizing influence against the week's villains or disputes. Sheriff Coffey remained a fixture until the final years of the show and did not die on screen. In real life, Ray Teal enjoyed an immensely prolific career spanning from 1934 to 1976, accumulating over 300 film and television credits, specializing in westerns where he was a recognizable face as a deputy bartender or grizzled rancher. Before Bonanza, he appeared in classic films like The Best Years of Our Lives, 1946, and Judgment at Nuremberg, 1961. His long career demonstrated his dependability and his mastery of the supporting role in Hollywood. His life before his death was characterized by his decades of continuous, dedicated character work. Ray Teal passed away on April 2, 1976, at the age of 74. The cause of his death was following a brief illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. David Canary, born on August 25, 1938, portrayed Candy Canaday in Bonanza, 1967 to 1970, 1972, 1973, starting when he was 29 years old. Candy Canaday was the rugged, intelligent ranch foreman hired by the Cartwrights, who quickly became a loyal friend and a beloved unofficial member of the family. Canary's character added a new youthful dynamic to the series following the departure of Pernell Roberts. Candy's adventurous spirit and devotion to the Ponderosa made him highly popular with audiences. He appeared in the final 2 seasons of the show and did not die on screen. In real life, David Canary enjoyed a highly successful career spanning from 1961 to 2013, working across television, stage, and film. Following his time on Bonanza, he achieved immense fame and critical recognition for his long-running and award-winning role as the twins Adam Chandler and Stuart Chandler on the popular daytime soap opera All My Children, 1983 to 2013, a performance for which he won 5 Daytime Emmy Awards. His career demonstrated remarkable versatility, successfully transitioning from Western action to intense, dramatic soap opera work. His life before his death was characterized by his dedication to his craft, particularly his decades-long commitment to the role of the Chandler twins. David Canary passed away on November 16, 2015, at the age of 77. The cause of his death was natural causes. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Woodlawn Cemetery in Lakewood, Ohio, U.S. Bing Russell, born on May 5, 1926, portrayed Deputy Clem Foster and later Sheriff Clem Foster in Bonanza, 1961 to 1972, starting when he was 35 years old. Clem Foster was the slow-witted, often bumbling, but ultimately good-hearted deputy sheriff of Virginia City, serving under Sheriff Roy Coffey. Russell's frequent appearances added a dependable layer of comic relief and local color to the series. Though often played for humor, Clem was a loyal friend to the Cartwrights and a fixture in the town's law enforcement, making him a memorable recurring character throughout the show's long run. Clem never died on screen. In real life, Bing Russell enjoyed an extensive career spanning from 1951 to 1993, establishing himself as one of Hollywood's most prolific character actors, primarily appearing in television westerns. He was seen in countless episodes of series like Gunsmoke and Wagon Train. Russell was also the father of famous actor Kurt Russell, and he notably owned the minor league baseball team, the Portland Mavericks. His life before his death was characterized by his decades of consistent character work and his passion for baseball, which often intersected with his professional life. Bing Russell passed away on April 8, 2003, at the age of 76. The cause of his death was cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Ken Lynch, born on July 15, 1910, played Collier and Deputy Sheriff Garrett in Bonanza, 1960, starting when he was 49 years old. Lynch played various tough guy and authoritative guest roles throughout the series, including deputies and outlaws. His strong, distinctive presence brought immediate dramatic weight to the episode, typical of the reliable, no-nonsense character actor he was. Lynch's contribution was to provide authentic, often imposing figures necessary for the Western's episodic conflict. His characters were functional and did not have an on-screen death. In real life, Ken Lynch enjoyed a very successful career spanning from 1940 to 1983, specializing in playing police detectives, sergeants, deputies, and villains across film and television. He was a familiar face in the burgeoning crime drama genre, appearing in classic films like Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest 1959, and dozens of television shows, including The Untouchables and the later detective series McCloud. His long career was defined by his dependability and his ability to project a rugged, believable authority. His life before his death was characterized by his consistent, steady work as a veteran supporting player across 4 decades of American entertainment. Ken Lynch passed away on February 13, 1990, at the age of 79. The cause of his death was following a brief illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at San Fernando Mission Cemetery in Mission Hills, California, U.S. Denver Pyle, born on May 11, 1920, portrayed Sheriff Ed and Sheriff Tom Stedman in Bonanza, 1961–1970, starting when he was 41 years old. Pyle played several minor law enforcement roles throughout the series, serving as one of the rotating deputies or sheriffs in the Virginia City area, bringing his recognizable rugged and somewhat folksy presence to the frontier setting. His characters lent authority and authenticity to the show's handling of local law and order. Pyle's performances were a dependable fixture essential to the episodic conflicts of the West. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, Denver Pyle enjoyed a long and highly versatile career spanning from 1947 to 1997, establishing himself as one of Hollywood's most recognizable character actors. He became nationally beloved for his later iconic role as the grizzled, kind-hearted patriarch Uncle Jesse Duke in the highly popular television series The Dukes of Hazzard, 1979–1985. He also had a recurring role as Briscoe Darling Jr. The Andy Griffith Show. Pyle's career encompassed hundreds of appearances across television and film, specializing in westerns and folksy comedic roles. His life before his death was characterized by his nearly 5 decades of prolific work and his enduring popularity with the American viewing public. Denver Pyle passed away on December 25, 1997, at the age of 77. The cause of his death was lung cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Dabbs Greer, born on April 2, 1917, played Sam and the mercantile owner in Bonanza, 1961–1970, starting when he was 44 years old. Greer appeared in numerous minor roles throughout the series' run, often serving as a merchant townsman or other functional member of the Virginia City community. His presence, marked by a recognizable sincerity and gentle demeanor, was highly effective in lending authenticity to the supporting cast, providing a dependable figure who interacted with the main Cartwright characters. Greer's characters were reliable background figures and did not die on screen. In real life, Dabbs Greer enjoyed an immense and highly prolific career spanning from 1938 to 2003, earning a reputation as the quintessential journeyman character actor, with hundreds of credits across film and television. He achieved widespread recognition for his long-running kindly role as Reverend Robert Alden in the popular drama Little House on the Prairie. Earlier in his career, he was a regular on The Adventures of Superman. His life before his death was characterized by his near 70 years of continuous steady work in Hollywood, making him one of the industry's most recognizable and dependable faces. Dabbs Greer passed away on April 28, 2007, at the age of 90. The cause of his death was kidney failure and heart disease. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Peace Valley Cemetery in Anderson, Missouri, U.S. Morgan Woodward, born on September 16, 1925, portrayed Sheriff Biggs and Luke Catlin in Bonanza, 1960–1971, starting when he was 35 years old. Woodward played numerous guest roles throughout the series' long run, often cast as lawmen outlaws or tough frontiersmen, utilizing his powerful, intense screen presence and famous, piercing eyes. His characters were vital in driving the episodic conflicts, bringing a harsh yet compelling realism to the dangers faced by the Cartwrights. Woodward's consistent presence across the Western genre made him a familiar and dependable figure for viewers of the era. He holds the record for the most guest roles on the classic Western series Gunsmoke, among all actors, cementing his status in the Western pantheon. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, Morgan Woodward enjoyed an extensive and highly respected career spanning from 1956 to 1996, establishing himself as one of Hollywood's most prolific character actors in westerns and science fiction. He notably starred in the major film Cool Hand Luke, 1967, as the iconic silent man with no eyes. He also achieved cult status in the science fiction community for his memorable roles on Star Trek. His life before his death was characterized by his nearly 4 decades of continuous demanding character work in both film and television. Morgan Woodward passed away on February 22, 2019, at the age of 93. The cause of his death was following a long illness. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Arlington National Cemetery in Arlington, Virginia, U.S. Victor French, born on December 4, 1934, played Jesse Potter and Tom Callahan in Bonanza 1962-1970, starting when he was 28 years old. French appeared in several different guest roles over the years, often cast as a rugged, sometimes explosive Western figure, showcasing the early dramatic intensity and versatility that would define his career. His convincing performances contributed significantly to the gritty realism of the show's episodic conflicts. Though his Bonanza roles were episodic and varied, they established a strong professional working relationship with star Michael Landon. His characters did not die on screen. In real life, Victor French enjoyed a successful career spanning from 1961 to 1989, becoming recognized not just for acting, but also for his directing talent. He is best remembered for his long and prolific partnership with Michael Landon, with whom he co-starred as the beloved, rugged frontiersman Isaiah Edwards in the pioneering period drama Little House on the Prairie, and later as the angel-in-training Mark Gordon in the inspirational fantasy drama Highway to Heaven. French also had a substantial career as a television director on several popular series. His life before his death was characterized by his active and beloved role in acting and directing across 2 decades of hit television, cementing his place as a versatile and dependable TV veteran. Victor French passed away on June 15, 1989, at the age of 54. The cause of his death was lung cancer. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in Hollywood Hills, California, U.S. Albert Salmi, born on March 11, 1927, portrayed Stretch and an unnamed sheriff in Bonanza, 1960. Starting when he was 33 years old, Salmi guest-starred in several episodes across the show's early run, bringing his signature dramatic intensity and powerful stage presence to various Western figures, often playing roles that required emotional depth or volatility. His presence lent a powerful cinematic quality to the episodic drama, and his performances were always deeply rooted in character study. His characters were episodic and did not have an on-screen death. In real life, Albert Salmi enjoyed a highly respected career, spanning from 1953 to 1990, having established himself as a versatile character actor and a veteran of the prestigious Actors Studio. He appeared in critically acclaimed films such as The Brothers Karamazov, 1958, and the science fiction classic Escape from the Planet of the Apes, 1971. His career was also notable for his extensive work in stage productions. His work was characterized by a potent, often brooding, dramatic intensity that brought realism to his dramatic roles. Albert Salmi passed away on April 22, 1990, at the age of 63. The tragic cause of his death was a gunshot wound in a widely reported murder-suicide incident involving his wife, a grim and sudden conclusion to his professional life. Following his death, he was laid to rest at Evergreen Washley Memorial Park in Seattle, Washington, U.S. Who's your favorite character from Bonanza? It's always tough to say goodbye to beloved cast members who are no longer with us. How does that make you feel? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. We appreciate having you in our community.